Come in.
Good morning, Mr. Kmet. How are you?
Good afternoon. How are
Good
you?
afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Shaka. How are you?
You, Kobe?
Corey, sir.
Corey, sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
He does it all the time.
It's okay.
Thanks.
Want to sit down?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you gentlemen again. Last time I was here, Mr. Straka informed me that you had some unfortunate event happen.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
it's all right. My cat's got 8 lives left, so it's doing fine.
Gotcha. Okay, well, do you guys have a copy of the quote that was sent over?
Unless you saw anything, I
just-
didn't.
Okay.
So no, we have not.
Okay, well, let me get that for you gentlemen first and foremost. Okay. Here's the copy of the quote that we kind of discussed last time. The first one right here would be after the prototype was, designed and provided to you guys. So this is the first custom solution of the bucket truck with the electronic power unit. Afterwards, if you guys continue to order more and go down that road, this one would be the cost for the additional units.
So this is turnkey.
Yep, turnkey system.
Put it on our chassis with our bucket, and it goes.
Yep. And I mean, we would handle all that.
Is this the hydraulics included, or is it just the battery?
So no, this is hydraulics. This is everything included. Turnkey system, programming, valves, motor, pump, everything to make it function. And so we would actually do this in-house too. So you wouldn't have to install it and do it yourselves.
And how is this better than what we have now?
So this is better now.
How would you do it in-house when we have to put them on our trucks?
So, I mean, you could bring them to us. I mean, we could ship them to us, do it all in-house. So we have the production facility to do it and then get it back to you.
Are you paying the shipping cost or the people that drive these trucks?
So that could be something that, we work out in a later date and time, depending, right? So you asked how this is better, right, than what you guys currently have. One thing that Mr. Straka, do you guys mind if I call you Joe and Sam?
Go right ahead.
Okay. So one thing that we discussed previously is that you guys are struggling, actually not even capable of selling into the California market currently, and also struggling providing some customers in more urban areas like Houston and New Jersey based upon noise pollution for the more urban environments, and then emissions based upon, for California. When you implement an electronic power unit like this, right, you're doing this for California would reduce the emissions to an acceptable point to where you would be able to target that market now. And then for your urban environments, having this electronic power unit, it reduces noise pollution approximately anywhere up to like 80% in reduction. So that would increase your capability of providing your customers.
What's that 80%
well.
reduced to for the noise?
Well, it would be based.
Did you need 80 something?
Yeah, I think they were telling me 80% or 80 decibels. Sorry.
80 decibels.
Gotta be lower.
Gotcha. Well, it would depend on, the initial decibel reading, but the motor, the size of the equipment that you're operating is going to be different based on the sound. So, comparable to the original hydraulic power units, and the motors, diesel motors that you guys are running, it usually is about an 80% reduction in noise pollution when you transition to the electronic power unit.
Okay.
But
So we'd have to do some research on that, see what we get for decibel ratings now, if your 80% is true or not. Like there's some stuff we'd have to figure out there because for them it's cut and dry.
Understood.
Decibels, so.
Understood. Okay. So yeah, not only does this increase your guys' chances to sell in those markets of more urban environments, but it also gets you right back into the California market. So there's that aspect of this. Do you guys have any more questions regarding the electronic power units themselves or the implementation?
For me, I just need to get a better understanding of the why, because for us, I mean, we pay about $15,000, give or take, for our diesels.
Okay.
Yes, this gives us a chance to go into California, but we sell these all over the globe. So I'm gonna have to go to every other truck customer of ours and say, hey, this doesn't pertain to you, but we've made this change in scope. and now your trucks are going up 10, 15, whatever $1,000.
I mean, we're gonna get price back after that $45,000
Yeah.
that we don't even know if it's gonna work.
Exactly. So there's just a lot of, I mean, they're gonna ask me why. I need to know why. I'm gonna be able to answer that question.
Understood. So again, the end user basically adopting this system, with us providing these to you guys, you being our customer, and then your end users, those are like our customers. So we want them to have the same trust in our equipment, our brand name that they have in you guys. And I completely understand that.
So when you do the repairs then?
Yes, so we offer in-house repairs or field service repairs, and we can set up service contracts globally. That would have to be something that I would bring back to our team. Right now, we do have, 2 private pilots on staff and are able to, fly anywhere within the continental United States. So,
Because if you're gonna burn us with 45,000 extra 20,000 for engineering costs,
no, this isn't extra.
this is an extra $20,000 compared to what you're saying main production on engineering costs. I would like to have it where if it freaking breaks down, we can get the service out of it.
Correct. So this one would be the first. This is for the prototype. This is for any additional. This is the first one, right? Just based upon it being a prototype, we don't know how long it's gonna take, the headaches or the hiccups that we might run into. So this is the first one. And if you guys are satisfied with that piece of equipment, this would be the total cost of each electronic power unit, like integration afterwards. So,
And if we're not happy with this, what can you do about it? Because why would I take the full on risk of 45 grand and then pay 25 on the back end? Why can't we just do 25? Hey, you guys cost them the 45 grand. We'll do a commitment saying, yeah, if we like it, we'll do it. You guys do that and we're done here. Type of deal.
understood. As of right now, I have full confidence that you would be satisfied in the machine. IFP is.
So why don't we just start with the 25 then?
Because this one isn't including all of the, the design and implementation of the system. After this is completed, we will have a roadmap for how to build this specific machine already. So amongst our engineering team and we'll know what parts to keep stocked. We'll know the programming, process. It'll be a lot faster and a lot easier for our team to implement this for you.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm very confident in IFP's capabilities and what we're able to offer you and the rewards that this not only provides to you, but the end user as well. So that's one thing, Joe, that you had a question about is like, why would the end user adopt this, right? And to answer that question, right? So, not only does this reduce noise and emissions, but it also reduces the amount of fuel that they use over the lifetime of this machine, right? Diesel fuel. I have some documentation that, from our information that we as a company have compiled, right? So basically, these trucks, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're driving to a location, idling the engine to power the hydraulic systems on the truck. So with the electronic power unit, they don't have to do that. So not only are they saving on diesel fuel costs, they're saving on the maintenance required. Idling your engine for 1 hour a day is equivalent to 64,000 engine miles right there alone. So the amount of oil changes that are going into this, the heat and the vibration that is produced from the engine running like that causes more hiccups, causes more issues within the systems, right? So when you reduce that, the end users cost of ownership over 5-10 years is, we have calculated, about 50% reduced.
But we do the maintenance on the diesel, so we're making money off that, and it's bad enough we get a new truck sale out of it. So
to me, we don't pay for the gas, we don't pay for the oil change, we don't pay for any of that stuff, but we do pay the extra $10,000 that's going to cost to go with your solution versus what we've been doing for 20 years and what we know how to do.
So, and I understand that you don't pay for that, but your customer might pay for that, and informing and making your customer aware that, hey, you're not going to have to front the cost for these items anymore, is going to encourage them to want to buy this new system, as well as, you're saying you're going to have to pay the 10, 15 or $20,000, whatever the system may require. Well, that cost can now be, pushed over to the end user. And overall, the reduction in maintenance, fuel, the simpler design of these pieces of equipment saves them money in the end. And with our country and the world going green or encouraging the use of or the reduction in emissions and the influence of like electric vehicles on the consumer, there's lots of incentives and federal grants, state grants that now essentially reduces the cost for the end user without hurting your guys' bottom line. Or so you're able to charge the same thing. They come to purchase this vehicle. The government, the state is offering incentives and grants and whatnot to reduce their cost, but it doesn't affect you guys. So there's lots of benefits for implementing these systems. And one thing you guys also had stated is, you were unsure about noise pollution or just kind of didn't have much confidence in the system being something you would like to adopt. We have a test trailer that we can bring to you guys, and we can hook up an electric EPU system basically that we can take there, set it up, run your guys' systems, make sure we're sizing everything properly, and then you guys would be able to see it right there in action.
So would we need a prototype then if we can do that?
Well, that would be more for sizing. I mean, the prototype would be more to get it out into the field to see how it's working, to see it implemented on the system directly in action, working in an environment.
And I think that's probably what we need to take as far as the first step goes, because right now I look at this and you're telling me, oh, it's going to be perfect, it's going to work great, we promise, and it's only going to cost you $45,000. But we've been promised a lot over the years, and that's why we still go with diesels. So because we know they're going to work.
Understood. Have you guys had any customers, I guess having issues with noise, any safety mishaps with noise pollution, or, you sticking with the diesel that's still keeping you out of the California market, correct? So what's your plan of attack to get back into that market?
There's not a plan of attack right now. That's why we're looking into this. But if we were to change our plan of attack, is it worth just staying out of California, doing what we do now, and selling all over the globe minus California? We don't know. That's something that we're just looking into, and we're trying to make that decision. As far as noise pollution goes, there's no real complaints. It's more of we're 95% done with this job for the day, but we couldn't get it done before sundown. So we had to send a crew out there to do 45 minutes worth of work in the morning, and it just kind of throws it all out.
And I mean, adopting something like this would completely eliminate that, shift your focus elsewhere.
It's a nuisance more than anything.
So I guess one thing that, do you foresee with New Jersey, with New York, some of these other places? I'm no grants and expert on the going green market, but we do have a specialist within our department that will help you guys identify some of these incentives and grants, or the end user, how to maximize those. But do you see those regulations flowing over into other states and eliminating, your ability to sell in those states as well?
When I go to trade shows, people are always talking about it, but until it's official law, there's nothing we can really do. There's talks in other states, but as far as the only state that does right now is California. But like Minnesota, other states like that, we've heard rumblings of it, but nothing's been official yet. So
copy.
And back on this quote really quick. So is it 25,000 on the production side? Is that minimum one, or is it maximum per year? What are we looking at to maintain that 25,000?
To maintain that 25,000. As of right now, we don't have a minimum or a maximum requirement. So the 45 would be the initial prototype, and
then 25,000 we're locked in forever.
I mean, depending upon if our suppliers raise prices, that trickles down usually, right? So we try to establish a good relationship, and we can develop a contract of some sort to where, hey, if you foresee or predict that you might need 5 in 2025 and 6 in 2026, we can set up a contract. We can stock the products now and hold them in our warehouse and wait until you guys are ready to do that so that those prices are locked in. But if we're just waiting and we have to source those, the equipment 10 years from now and it rose a certain percentage, we can't, necessarily just bite the bullet on that.
But you're not going to give us a quantity discount if we do 200 at.
No, I'd imagine absolutely.
So this is not locked in at 25,000. Is that what you're saying?
Depending upon, if you had a large bulk order like that, I'm sure, I could take that back to my team and we can try to work something out.
Okay.
Especially, for a large order like that, we could try to work something out. A lot of times when you're sourcing products or equipment like that, if you're buying it in bulk, you're getting some sort of a discount.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions regarding,
Just make sure. Bucket truck lithium power lithium. I don't know that metal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's just a typo. It's supposed to be an H.
Okay.
Lithium.
Lithium?
Lithium. Yeah. Lithium batteries.
Okay.
Gotcha. So again, you guys don't have any other questions or?
I mean, my concerns right now is for the pricing, right? You want us to drop $45,000 on a prototype. You can bring the trailer out, which should get you all the specs that you need to spec in something. And if it's going to work, it's going to work from the trailer. So then you just want us to drop another $45,000 to do a one-time deal. And then we get our discount, and it's not even a locked discount. It's going to be a quantity issue as well.
Well, the increase in that is for the design of the machine, right? So it's a custom design, and that comes with a lot of different, avenues and troubles. And
so is it custom design proprietary to you guys? If this is custom and it's proprietary to you guys, we can't, if we have people in the Congo needing to fix this thing, they're going to have to go back to you guys for everything?
They wouldn't have to. No, it's not a proprietary design, but it's a custom built machine based upon your guys' needs and requirements. So that's, it's not like our team has built this exact truck before. So that's where the increase comes, is the designing, the work from our engineers, the programming, getting all the
design at the end of the day. Right? Because what takes them from taking this to our competitor?
It's all the same thing.
Something.
Well, I mean, so who are your guys' biggest competitors?
It'd be an Altec or a custom truck. I think Palfinger is also kind of out there now. There's some little small guys here and there. So we're going to need something. If you guys do a custom drive, we drop an extra $20,000 on something. We're going to need something that tells us we own the designs or something that you just can't go next door and blow this.
To the best of my knowledge, Altec and Custom Trucks already implemented their own, EPU systems. So I wouldn't be taking this directly to them. They've jumped the gun. They've already doing it. They're selling trucks in California, New Jersey, anywhere that's requiring these.
So are you selling it to them or someone else?
No, I'm currently not.
Okay.
So what, I understand your trust and your belief in diesel. It's been, proven. So what, I mean, when you see your competitors implementing these and targeting those markets, do you have any, desire to try and do that yourself, or you're comfortable with just letting that go?
I understand how they can make their trucks work, but I want to see a Lyft LLC truck work off of this, because they do their own thing different than how we do it, because obviously we don't do the same things to a T, but I want to see our own truck be able to work with this.
Understood. So what if we bring out the test trailer, everything works according to plan, decibels are in range, all the power, everything functions as you guys see fit? Are we able to get a deal closed?
You have me sold if you can make it work, but then you're gonna have to work out the pricing with this guy, because that's his thing.
And again, that's I understand the 45,000 can be a lot. It's the first time. I understand your concern, but I think we just need to focus on that's the initial prototype, and everything else is going to be here. Now,
I'm still not happy about that one either.
Understood.
We're doing
now
15,000 plus labor on that, on a diesel one. I'm still not happy about the 25,000, but
understood.
a one-time 40,000 is not great either. But
Now, do you think the revenue that you guys gain as a company from selling these trucks in California, in New Jersey, in Houston, or globally will offset this cost?
So we'd have to check with our sales manager, which is Zach Raymold, and he's out. He's got a dead puppy. So I
Understood.
Nice meeting you.
gotcha.
Appreciate it.